Okay. Alright, hello and welcome back. I'm going to be doing some more work on my project today. Unfortunately, coming up, I'm going to be running out of a little bit of time. I'm not going to have nearly as much as I was hoping, but it's okay because the amount of stuff that I've gotten done means that moving forwards, I'm almost getting to that point where it's content time. In fact, I can do a lot of content-oriented things right now. So first things first, let's just go ahead and take a look at the game as it stands now. The first thing you're going to get a witness is not necessarily a bug, but it's actually pretty humorous. So, because I'm always debugging and testing things, we're going to start in the map here. Anyways, the various stores, they now function, so that's pretty sweet. We have weapon stores. You can buy stuff. As you can see, I've also gotten the icons up and running. I've done a little bit of icon work just to make them look nice. I wanted to have a certain consistency that the original game sort of lacked in terms of visuals. So now everything, well, maybe not everything, most things have an icon to sort of just add that little bit more visual oomph, if you will. The magic shops, they are not done yet. Some of the code is there, which is something I'll probably be finishing on this live stream. However, so weapons, armor, and items. You can purchase items now as well. You see I put together a new icon for the cabins. Another thing I've been doing a lot of work on is the palette. As I've talked about in some of the forum posts, almost the entire game gets pushed through a palette shader, and at this point I've finally sort of standardized how the palettes work, and the answer is that each sprite is given roughly 8 colors plus black and white. Black is sort of a special system color, white is sort of a special system color, so those are only used to create certain visual effects that you will get to see absolutely none of right now. And the other 8 colors are fine. So what this allows me to do is, this is what the game normally looks like. But if I were to go ahead and engage the enhanced color depth, you can see that everything gets an extra layer of color added to it. Some things haven't been updated to use additional palettes just yet. Combat is a big one. The players, they obviously do. But now, today, I got the windows working on the palettes as well, which actually simplifies something I was doing before and fixes an effect I couldn't get to work because of a bug in Game Maker Studio 2 right now. It's been reported, but I haven't heard anything back since the last time I interacted with them, so I'm assuming it's still alive and well. It is in the current live build, so that's all that matters, right? Alright. So you can also purchase whatever you'd like. I went ahead and I've put in the item screen now, and this is every item in the game. So this was for testing purposes to get everything working properly, and we have, as you can see, we have all the items. The sound effect for moving around hasn't been put in yet, but hey, whatever. Also, for anybody that noticed, the music is muted right now. That's why you're not hearing it. The game music, obviously, I have my background soundtrack going. Yeah, so sort of played with it a little bit, and the way it's going to work is I might still try to play around with this a little bit because it's a little crowded. But there's just certain limitations to recreating the original engine that I have to work inside of, and one of those things is I can only have so many character spaces. What I could do is I could get rid of the X and move the numbers forward, so I could get rid of the icons. I'm not going to get rid of the icons. I think it works as is. It's a little clustered, but it works, so that's good. Have the weapon screen, obviously magic, that's been working for a while, although the colors underneath level 1 don't work because of reasons that don't matter. Weapons, as I just mentioned, well, go down to armor. So you can only equip one of each kind, or you'll get an error message. So that's all working, hooray. Status screen, once again, that's been working for a while. Yeah, so now you can move around. All of this stuff was actually put in a long time ago, but you can actually interact with all the events. It has the original dialogue from the game right now, although I will probably clean some of this stuff up as time goes on. There's a few minor bugs that are currently in. I don't really know where they came from, but I'll get around to fix them. They're just minor things. The NPCs will walk through you sometimes, so that was the bug right there. You're supposed to start on the world map, and if you don't, the coordinates for where you entered Corneria don't get saved, and so it picked an arbitrary point on the map, which I find to be somewhat humorous, is just north of the town of Corneria. I might have to look into it and see if I put something in for that, but I don't think I did. I may have. Anyways, so that's kind of a bug there. Anyways, as you go around, obviously combat is in. Combat's been in for a while. We'll go ahead and use magic. This is another big advancement I did the other day. So the idle animations, they work properly now. Characters can live, characters can die, you can gain experience, you can use attacks, you can use magic. Magic isn't completed quite yet. There's still more that has to be done. That was a critical hit right there, so you can see critical hits. They also work. Now this is using a new animation system, and maybe we'll get to see it, but to sort of test it off, if you miss, there's kind of a humorous animation that I'll probably get rid of, but I've kind of it's grown on me. I kind of want to keep it now. We also have, so that's quite a few battles. There we go. Okay. So running is not in yet. That is something that's going to have to be put in. Quite a few battles. Oops, that's. All right. If there's an echo effect there, I apologize, but there's going to be for just a moment there. I had my stream loop around on my other screen. I have to test battles a little bit. That was pretty fast for a battle. I'm not sure why that was quite so quick. There's also a bug with the cursor where sometimes it starts on magic instead of fight. I'm pretty sure I know why that is. It's just adding a line of code. Once again, something that I'm probably going to do here in a second. There you go. There's the mist animation. It's just testing out the abilities of the new animation. Something I did over the last couple days is put an incredible amount of hours rewriting how the battle scene logic works. It's still kind of annoying, but it's a lot more flexible, it has a lot more power to it, and it's simpler in a lot of ways. And in a sort of funny way, that kind of made it a little simpler than it would have been. I'm trying to get up to this forest right now in case you're wondering what the heck it is I'm trying to do. I should probably put in some sort of a developer hotkey to, oop, here we go, I might see somebody die. Boom. Dill is dead. I believe Barry is about to die. Now they won't actually die because though the code for victory is put in, the code for loss not put in. There we go. I'm good. And there we go. Well, I'll figure out what that is in a minute. Anyways, point is a lot of the game is up and working right now. There's some things that need to be put in. Item use needs to be put in. Running needs to be put in. Buying magic needs to be put in. And then after that, it's really just moving on to content. And that's going to be mostly graphics, sound, tweaking animations, etc. But yeah, a big portion of what could be considered necessary is up and going. So essentially I wanted to start the stream out as kind of an update video because it's partially for me to kind of keep track of what I've done, and as I've wrote on the forum post itself, some of this is just for my own awareness of what I've done and how far it's gone. It's just kind of fun to watch a project go, but at the same time, it's kind of an easy way to really provide an update. And so there we go. That's it. I'll see you on the actual stream.